Hello, welcome to Elite Weather Forecasting. My name is Mr. G. Thank you for joining me here on this YouTube channel. And if you enjoy these weather forecasts, do me a favor and leave a like, comment, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so that you're notified whenever I post another video. And what we're looking at right now is a live shot of St. Paul, Minnesota. This is the state capital of the state of Minnesota. And we are looking at the Capitol building right there. And I think this is the Capitol Mall area on this cloudy and dreary day here across the Twin Cities. You can see some specks on the camera lens there as we're seeing some light showers move through the area, and those temperatures are in the upper 30s to lower 40s. So it's going to be quite a chilly day for folks here across the Twin Cities as we deal with that cloud cover and this cold weather that we're going to continue to influence here across the North Country. Now let's take a look at our national radars as we look at the wet weather that's taking place across the eastern half of the U.S. and severe weather down to the southeast. All right, here we are as we take a look at our national radar, and we have a lot going on across the eastern half of the United States. We're seeing a lot of cloud cover and some rain showers and a little bit of snow as well across the upper Midwest and the northern Great Lakes. So if you're in Michigan and northern Wisconsin, the arrowhead of Minnesota, so Duluth northward through two harbors, you're going to be seeing some snowflakes take place this weekend, especially as we get into Sunday. And we're going to be looking at wet weather through the Northeast and New England as well, as we have a very powerful low pressure center, a rather strong low pressure center moving into the Northeast. We have a weakening solar system over the Great Lakes and the upper Midwest. That's going to boot up into Canada, but we have a secondary low that's going to be coming up out of the southeast that's going to be bringing more rain across the northeast as we head into your Sunday. But down here across the southeast, we're looking at a lot of rain showers here through the mid-south as well as along the Gulf Coast as we have a bit of development down here off the coast over the Gulf of Mexico, and that is producing a whole lot of rainfall. We got some big thunderstorms associated with that, and that's going to continue to promote rain showers and thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast and the Florida Panhandle, as well as the Florida Peninsula. So you're in Tampa, Fort Myers, and Naples, Panama City, Tallahassee, as well as Pensacola and Apalachicola, Biloxi, Mississippi. You're going to be dealing with rain showers, thunderstorms, and some severe thunderstorms from time to time as well. Also be watching for water spouts down there right along the Gulf Coast and the west coast of Florida. We're going to be looking at that severe weather to produce some tornadoes possibly this afternoon as well. As we take a look at the western half of the United States, I mean, it's glorious if you're in the western United States, with the exception of some windy conditions through the Rockies and through some of the southern deserts. Going to be a little bit windy as we have a big ridge of high pressure there over the northern Rockies that's going to be influencing the weather out west, keeping things nice and sunny and lovely out there for those folks. So let's take a look at our weather forecast now as we talk about the cooler weather we're going to be seeing in the east, severe weather down in the south, and the beautiful weather out west. So let's jump into that right now as we look at our map. All right, so now it's time to talk about our national weather forecast. And on our first map here, we're going to be talking about that pattern that we're going to be looking at for your Saturday. We have a couple of areas of low pressure over the eastern part of the United States, one in the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes, and one down here over Texas. And the one down to the south is going to be a big player in the weather across the east as we head into our upcoming work week. But this northern plain system is going to drift up into Canada and continue to weaken, and eventually it's going to phase out over the North Atlantic. But our second storm is going to slide into the northeast as we head towards Monday, and that's going to kind of reinforce the cold air coming down out of Canada, as well as the wet weather over the northeast and into the New England states as well. And then our over long wave pattern is going to be for that colder weather to spread all the way down to the south. So we're going to have that low pressure, but it can't move east because of this area of high pressure over the North Atlantic and even Eastern Canada, just south of Greenland right there. And this is what's called an omega block. So we have a blocking pattern in place. So it's kind of knotted up and it's blocked, and those things kind of can't move through. We don't have an open wave pattern. We have sort of it's a block. So that's what's happening. So this storm system here over the Great Lakes is going to hang out there for the next several days. It's going to keep things on the chilly side, and we're going to keep it kind of wet over the Northeast and the Great Lakes as well. And we're going to continue to see some snow over parts of the upper Midwest as well. So if you're in northern Michigan, the upper peninsula, northern Wisconsin, northeastern Minnesota, over the Arrowhead, you're going to continue to see a bit of cold weather with some snow possible as well. So as we take a look at those temperatures, these are going to be the forecast highs for the next 3 days across the eastern United States. And we're going to be seeing those temperatures drop as we head into Monday. So some folks are actually pretty good. Temperatures are in the 70s and 80s. But by the time we get to Monday, you're going to drop in the 60s. Some of you folks are going to drop into the 50s. As you can see in all of these locations, the temperatures on Monday is considerably cooler than what they are today. So once that cold air sinks in and fills in the entire eastern half of the United States, you're going to feel that chill in the air, and it's going to continue to be damp as well. We're going to be looking at a lot of precipitation and even a lot of snow still across the upper Midwest. Look at this in Ironwood with Ironwood. Not Minnesota, it's Ironwood. What state is this? That state is Michigan. Ironwood, Michigan. All these M states. Michigan, 18 to 24 inches of snow. 1 to 3 inches of snow in Marquette. 1 to 3 and 3 to 5 inches of snow in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. So the upper Midwest, the northern Great Lakes or northern plains, whatever you want to call it, will continue to see some snow from this latest round of wintry precipitation across the Great Lakes and the upper Midwest. We're going to be seeing a lot of rainfall as well. New England could pick up 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. So if you're in Boston, New York City, going to be wet. Going to be very wet this weekend and into Monday, 2 to 3 inches of rain. A bit of rain to fall across the east and the southeast. So if you're in North Carolina, about 1 inch of rain, 2 to 3 inches there in Virginia, New Jersey. So it's going to be a lot of wet weather across the eastern United States. I mean, what more is there to say? Then it's going to rain. If you're in the east, it's going to rain, and prepare and get prepared to deal with a lot of rain. Here's our pattern setup for this weekend. We have our low pressure, a lot of low pressure over the east. So we have a low here. This mid-Atlantic storm is going to move up to the north and set up over parts of New England and the Great Lakes. This low is going to replace this low. And then this low is going to go up into Canada and dissipate. Then we have this low that is going to swing out here over towards North Florida and out over the Atlantic. So a continued wet pattern, severe thunderstorms down here to the south in Florida, and rain showers in the mid-Atlantic, the Appalachian Mountain Range, the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, and the upper Mississippi River Valley. So a very wet weekend and a wet start to your next week. Here is our severe weather forecast for this weekend as well. For this afternoon, we're going to be seeing severe thunderstorms down here in Florida, extreme southern Georgia, and North Florida. So Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Orlando, going to be dealing with those severe thunderstorms this afternoon. We're looking for hail, heavy downpours with some flash flooding, tornadoes, and damaging winds in excess of 70 miles an hour. So a big severe threat down here across the Sunshine State of Florida. And then for your Sunday, we're going to be seeing those severe thunderstorms continue down across the state of Florida and also spread into parts of the mid-Atlantic. So are Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Myrtle Beach, Savannah, Georgia, going to be dealing with the possibility of severe weather. And that's also going to have very heavy rainfall and flash flooding, some hail, tornadoes, and those winds up to 70 miles per hour with some of those severe thunderstorms. So that is a look at your weather forecast as we finish the weekend and get into the beginning of May and your Monday and your new school and work week. The spring semester is almost over. It's probably going to be shorter videos for the next couple of weeks because Mr. G has to get ready for finals. And so coming to the end of the semester, I do have classes this summer, so it's just going to be a busy time for your brother. I'm busy, and I make the time to get these videos done for you guys. So anyway, thank you for watching. Again, leave a like, comment, and subscribe.